What's up, guys? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army to do a review. Today we have the Mazinger Z metal build. And maybe it says metal build in Japanese there. So anyway, if you guys saw the Mazinger Z or Mazinger Z Infinity anime, I went to see it in the movie theater. Not caught me by surprise, but I waited till the last second to remember. But I got to see it and I enjoyed it. And as much as I love robots and everything, I'm not a big fan of watching anime, but I did thoroughly enjoy the Mazinger Z movie. And this is a robot based on it. I was very excited about this. I couldn't find it anywhere to order, but I finally got my hands on one, and it came in yesterday. Super excited, even though it is another Mazinger Z. Alright, so kind of hard to fit the box here to show you guys, but you know, nothing out of the ordinary. Just as a matter of fact, it's pretty similar to other metal build boxes. Of course, it's just Mazinger Z there. And then the back has a lot of Spanish again. Can't read that. And believe it or not, some people think I'm being serious when I say that. They're like, no, it's Japanese. I know that, guys. It's a joke. It's a joke. So it's got all your warnings and all your gimmickry and all your photographs. All right, so let's just get in there. Let's get in there. Talk too much. So let's lower this a second. One of the best things about doing this channel is not only receiving some cool stuff. I buy this stuff, by the way, guys, not so much receiving. But, you know, it's a cool thing to be able to show everyone else out there all this cool stuff I get. But anyway, let me open this box. I do have to mention that I pay for it because a lot of people seem to think that if I do get something, that I'm saying I like it because they gave it to me. And that's not true. I just tend to like stuff so much that, you know, it's hard for me to give a bad review unless it's really bad. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the stuff that I get. But anyway, wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Put this nice box back here. So we got a tray full of his gimmicks. And the Scrander belt here. And his little missile. Belly missile, and some effects here, which is pretty cool that they include this. Okay, and we also get the Scrander itself, which is pretty nice. I love the detailing on that, and the hands. And the hands are very detailed. I actually thought the fingers moved. That's how much detail they put into those little fingers. And then, of course, the other accessory sets. We got a, what is this? Gun. I just saw the movie and I don't know. Oh, that's just a, I think that's just a stand. Looked like a gun. I was like, what? Why does he have a gun? And then the iron cutters. But we really want to see is what's behind there. But first. Little booklet. Full color. Nice. Alright. I did split this open. Why is there two sides? I didn't open up this back side. I'll have to check that out later. But, see here? Yes, he is. Just make sure he's not upside down. Look at that. Oh, don't look at that. Sorry. Awesome. So you got your pilders up there. They're both hover pilders. It's just one has the wings open, one closed, which is kind of weird. Because if they can do on the Chogokins the foldable wings, I don't know why they didn't do it there. But here he is. He's a nice size. The first thing I thought of is like, why would he not be in the Chogokin line? It doesn't fit the Chogokin line. I guess it can, but I don't think it does. Like, it's hard to explain the differences of something that would fit into that line, even though this is, well, it is nice and heavy. Please don't fall. Please be the first Mazinger that does not fall during a review. So what I'm doing is going to get the pilder here. Why do they do that? Just put it in a baggie. I gotta cut this open. I don't have scissors. Alright, so I've gotten the pilder. No Koji Kabuto detailing on it. It's just the painted cockpit window. Alright, that actually clips in. Not clip, it's more of like a press fit. Guys, look at this. Don't tell me this is not beautiful. This is beautiful. So again, it's based off the movie. So it's got all the little detailing the same way the movie does. And of course the paneling. the separate paneling, which you also see in the movie, which is, I guess, more realistic. You know, like in real life, like, you know, if he gets blasted on this panel, you would just replace that panel, and it gives it more of an organic movement, like, because the panels can shift, like the plates on the Earth, or whatever. But yeah, feels good. I was getting back to the whole chogoki thing. The metal is not really on the outside. There might be, I can't really tell, but for the most part, I feel like it's just the metal frame, which is probably why it's called the metal build, maybe the inside. But it's nice and hefty. I feel like some parts might be colder than others, but I don't think there's metal on the outside. Yeah, so I had to do the lip test. I did find some metal. So some panels, like the front ones here, that's metal. You also have metal right here on this panel, and then just the plastic on the rest of the thing. And the thighs right back here are solid metal, and you can also tell because of the pin that's right there. Now the figure itself, again, very beautiful. Nice articulation. You see the neck. You get the neck and also the head movement. You get the shoulders, which have this type of movement right here. You also get the shoulders coming. You can move the shoulder cover here, move the arms out. All right, and they do move up and down this way. You can see that it's got very nice movement. You can see the armor just moving with that also. That's such a nice, cool thing right there. You guys check out this movement here. When we lift the arms, tell me that isn't super awesome right there. You get the biceps. You'll see the panels that swing in to the arm there. You also get the, is there a double? Yeah, so there's another elbow joint right there. I like that these little things move. These little panels you can pop out and bring down. That's really cool. So a lot of detailing, and then you get the 3 separate sections on the top here. So there's that movement there. Then there's also the lower right here, and the waist. You get these panels. This is probably the only ones I'm like, because they fly out like that. So you always got to keep them laying against so they don't look weird. But they don't connect in the front. But that gives you a nice view of the inside build right there. And legs don't go down, but they do go out. They're very stiff, very stiff. I may have to bring this down just a tad here. The legs go forward. You can see the armor also moves out of the way right there. Gives you nice articulation. For some reason, I have not been able to bend. Whoops, that's why. All right. Bend the knees right there. That's weird, because that plate or whatever, this thing is right there. I'm sorry for the honking. That gets pushed in, and it's spring-loaded too. It's kind of weird. Now how do I get that back? I don't even know how to get that back now. Anyway, knees bend. I got to really take a good look at this, because a lot of this is like really hard to move, but we can see this has a Gundam style movement to the knee. If you've had those Gundams where the plates shift, or the armor, you can see that the armor shifts. Look at that. That is crazy. That is crazy, guys. Look at that. Look how far down that goes. And look at the back. The plates, the way they move. You know? Like, that's where the money's going, guys. And this isn't like the most expensive thing either. I think this was around $170. I'm sure people have paid a lot more. I'm positive people have paid a lot more. I just lucked out. But I don't know what I got to do to get these things back down. That's kind of weird. But you can, these things were kind of like stuck behind here, but now they're where they're supposed to be, but I can't really get this other one to come back down. Oh, I see what happened. It popped out of that little tab right there, so got to figure out a way to get it back in there, guys, because it's supposed to be all the way down. So that's probably just me from pushing it in before, so I think it's just meant to pop off because it's not a screw or pin, but at least it's not broken. Then we have the ankle movement. Look at that. And then also this type of movement on the ankle. And there is something going. Oh, nope, never mind. Guess that's for something else. I was going to say I thought the toes would bend there. So you got to be careful. This doesn't take too much force at all to take that out. I mean, like I just literally touch it. All right, so be careful with that. And getting back to the hands, we do have the wrists. See that? And the detail on the hands is so precise and nice. Like I was saying, it looks like the individual fingers move. I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk to you guys, and at the same time I'm looking at everything else on this figure, and it's a big distraction. But oh, I don't know if you guys saw that before, the way that plate goes in. I'm sure you did. But yeah, so very nice articulation on this figure, and it's just overall beautifully built. And I like all those little panel features, especially on the knees. I love that. Love the way that separates right there. Alright, so we're going to get a Scrander on this guy. Alright, so to get the Scrander, we're going to open up this tray right here. Thank God there's no tape. I can't stand when there's tape on the edges. And I do like the design of the Scrander. I love the paneling. You know, they didn't stray too far from the original look, which is nice. And of course this folds back like that. And is this PVC? No, this is not PVC. Usually these are PVC because it gets in the way and it gets cracked or whatever. It does have some nice metallic paint on the yellow. There are different shades of red, which is nice on here. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there's some metallic reds and then just regular red. And here's the bottom. Again, excellent panel lining. You have the alternate hands. Look at the detail on that. I don't know if you guys could see that. My camera likes to blur when it gets too close, but it almost looks like the fingers can be individually articulated because there's depth. You know, it's not just, maybe it's molded in more than one piece, it looks like, which gives it some nice look to it. Then the booby grabbing hands, my favorite. There you go. So really cool hands. Alright, set that off to the side. So for the Scrander to be attached, we do need right here the belt. So you can have the belt, and I think this is the Scrander, like, I don't know what to call that, the landing gear or whatever. See if we can go ahead and put that on. So if you've seen the movie, you see this go on that little thing where it launches. Alright, but I'm not going to use that. And that bar right here apparently is, I guess, for the display. I think what's behind that box, I don't have an X-Acto knife here to cut it open, but I think it's just a stand. You guys know how I am with stands, not a big fan. But what we're going to use here right now is the actual belt part of it. Alright, so we are going to attach this here like so. Of course my camera's not focusing on what I'm doing. And then we're going to attach this around his waist. Is it going to... Whoa, what's going on with this? Okay, makes sense. I thought it was like you had to flex the plastic. It's just the little pins here had to be freed up. Alright, so that's cool. Not too bad. So I guess... Well, you know what? Let's take a look. On the back here, you have to pop off this piece right there. Still has a panel detail there, but it allows you to slide the Scrander in. So I guess this can be slid in too if you want to have it in the open position, which you may want to do. And now it makes sense in case you're using the missile punch. This will move out of the way. But let's go ahead and get this on there to get them to look the right way. And we come around and this is going to snap together. Sorry guys, had to do that off camera. Wasn't having too much fun trying to get that to snap in, but it snapped in. Don't know how to get it off. Not going to worry about that yet. But wow, it looks so good with the Scrander. Look at this, ratcheted. I was just going to say it doesn't have a way to remove the wings to flip them upside down as you would have to in other Mazinger toys, so they just angle. Why they couldn't do this on all the other ones, I don't know. But yeah. There it is. You can have them in the up position, down position. Very cool. So we're going to zoom out here just to get a better view of him, and I apologize for all the things in the background, but not a lot of space here. So yeah, very cool. Enjoying this figure way too much right now. So again, there's little blast features, Southern Cross attack. I'm going to see if I can get those parts on here to show you a pose that they have on the back of the box, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm also going to be attaching the what do you call it, the elbow effect here for the little missiles. You do want to get this little panel out of the way, and once you attach this little extra piece here, put it there. So it's not like a perfect, well, not transformation, but it's not like a perfect effect here. But get that on, get that effect going. Alright guys, so this is pretty much the pose I was going to show you. There's one on the back that shows him coming down like this. He's got his elbows open, got the blast effects going on the Scrander and on the bottom of his feet. And you'll notice he's staying where I'm holding him, even though he's pretty heavy. That's quality right there, guys. Looks great. Wow. So this is definitely look good like on a stand or something. Again, not a big fan, but this is almost tempting to display him like this. It looks like one of those small statues. I mean, if you look at the paint is just absolutely beautiful. This could almost look like like one of those statues that they sell for a lot of money. Just put it on a stand. Wow, this is really, really impressive. So we're also going to show you the rocket punch effect here. But before we do that, there's another thing here. So like, let's say for example, you have him flying. I'm not going to go through the whole thing here, but if you have him flying, obviously bring his head up. You do have the Southern Cross effect, which doesn't really clip on. There are 3 little spots right here. I think that's where they come out of, and there's 3 little smoke effect things. I mean, on this it doesn't really clip. I'm a little surprised it doesn't clip. It kind of just wedges in. But you get the effect. You get the Southern Cross attack there. So you would use the hands that are pointed straight forward like he's flying. But you get the idea, guys. Alright, there you go. Really cool. Guys, definitely be sure when you take this apart, don't just pull it, because there is a tab, remember? That tabs it in, and it's pretty strong. What you want to do is lift up from the top right and carefully pull open. Alright? So instead of me going through that ordeal again to show you guys the missile punch here, we're just going to show you the missile punch without much drama here by removing the little stomach panel. Can get to it. Alright, and then you got the little hole, and you can see some metal in there. That little bracket thing in there, that's solid cast metal. So I'm going to get the arms on. I just wanted to show you that these little pins here are also metal, so you have to worry about them snapping. We do have to worry about is these little things here. I accidentally tugged on one by mistake trying to pull one of these things off, and there's a little hook that goes around a little rod, kind of stretched out the hook, so it doesn't really hold on too well. I can probably bend that back with heat, but let's not bother with that at the moment. So we're going to put this on. One thing I forgot to show you guys, I don't mean to jump around here, is that the heat sinks on his chest do move back and forth, which is nice. Alright, anyway, getting back to this, the missile punch, we're going to put this back, which way does it go? This way, I believe. Alright, so this is stuff you learn as you go along. That thing I showed you with him with the effects flying around and stuff, I couldn't get the belt to tuck underneath the crotch panel here. That's because it's not meant to. This crotch panel slides down to make space, therefore the yellow piece from the Scrander can go in. Just so you guys know if you're trying to pose it like that. And now this can slide in. I was having some fitment issues and I'm thinking like, what is going on here? And now I can get it in there. So that's the missile punch effect right there. And it also has a another part of the effect, which is the full size missile right here. Put that there. Alright, you got the full size missile. If you're using this missile on display, you can pop out the little missile tip there. It's just a little PVC tab, and attach that with one of the stands. It's got a little plug right here. The missile itself is rather nice hard plastic, very nice paint job. I think the only other thing I'm forgetting to show you guys is the iron cutters. So I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of iron cutters here. Just requires popping off of some panels. Take that one off, replace it with one of these, and then do the same for the other side, and there he is with the iron cutters. I love the design of these iron cutters. They're more like, I guess, aerodynamic while still being fully deadly. And of course, rocket punch. So the rocket punch does require the biggest special effects of all, which are these. And it's got like multi-layered mold design here, and it's actually feels like hard plastic. Doesn't feel like PVC. Like this is PVC right here. This is from the Machine Robo, the Cycle, whatever you want to call it, the bike Robo. And yeah, this is pretty hard plastic. So we got to get those. Whoa, I can't even put that on. But they actually go, and I was going to try and put them there. They don't go there, sir. Move these little panels out of the way. Again, be careful with those. They are on small hinges. And you just attach that there. You want to use these pieces, obviously, so it doesn't look weird. And just pop them onto the little metal posts. And you got yourself some rocket punch action. Oh, that's the wrong arm. So let me actually do both so you can get the full effect. I don't have the stands out for this. I'm not sure if all the stands come with this, but whoa, that's hard plastic. Ow, they're pointy. Pointy. Be careful. These are very pointy. Alright, you're going to stay on there. So you get the rocket punch effect. Woo! Really cool, guys. Really cool. Look, just look at the size of this thing. So it's so super sharp. But that's kind of cool that you get that. And yeah, I'm sure you guys would love that. Me, just going to display them normally. And maybe this might be the first one I'm going to display with a stand so I can do all those special effects, because it actually does look really nice. I'm just going to get this guy back to normal, and then, you know, give you my final thoughts and all that stuff. So the stand is this. Okay, so you can do the flying poses, things like that. Again, I'm not going to bother with the stand. I'm not going to use it. You know, if you guys are concerned about how the stand is, there it is. Nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, and I didn't even show you the little hover pilder, the regular one. But he's here in his baggie. Nothing special. Pretty much the same as the one I put in his head, just with the hover things out. Alright guys, so thanks for hanging out to the end of the review. Final thoughts on this. I just reviewed the King Arts Mazinger, and that figure was around, what, maybe $300? It's bigger. I don't have it here for size comparison. Oh, how can I not do size comparison? We're going to have to do that, guys. Here is the GX70. Forgot the numbers already. But here he is next to that. Wow, I mean, look at that. Like, you can really see how cartoony this one is. And I just forgot how beautiful that is. Look at that. But that's what you would see on the screen. And this is also what you would see on the screen, but modernized. You tend to forget how simple the Mazinger design is, because you're so used to seeing all this new stuff coming out, and then the King Arts one. But that's the original look there, guys, in case you were wondering. But anyway, getting back to this. I think for the price that this is, it's more of a value and more of like, how can I explain it? The $300 spent on King Arts, it's almost like, you know, I can see where the money went, but it's still, there's just something, you know, it could have been better. Aside from it having like some metal parts, it did feel a little, I don't know, just it felt off, but it was a beautiful figure. I'm not trying to even get into that right here, but what I'm saying is for the price of this, which is less, number one, I think you feel like you get like more than what you paid. Does that make any sense? This is you know, around $170 to $200. I think I would rather have this than to spend $300 on the King Arts, if that makes any sense. And it's pretty much, you know, modernized version, as you would see in the movie. The other one's just a modernized version, but the other one does have battle damaged parts. So if you need that, that's an option. Who knows? They might make a battle damaged version of this. Who knows? But this is the one I like. And you'll notice I didn't clip that there because it's a pain in the butt to take off. But yeah, that's it, guys. I do recommend this figure if you're into Chogokin. Although don't expect it to have that cold feel on the outside, but it does have a good, hefty, solid feel, which is missing from the $300 King Arts. Although it's a very good looking figure. But this just feels great. And, you know, that's what you expect from Bandai. But if you have any questions or comments, guys, please leave them below. There's a link in the description below. I believe the prices are higher. I pre-ordered this a long time ago at a better price. But if you want to get one, link is in the description below. so you can get yours. Still worth it, even at over 200 bucks. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, bye bye.